Okay, hello. Right, so this video, what we're going to do is a redesign of a popular logo. Did this as my first video on the channel, and it still does pretty well now. And for all the giving advice is fun. It's also fun to do a bit of design work, and it's because it's what I love to do. I hope it's what you guys love to do. And yes. As you can see, in England, it is, well, I suppose 7 o'clock, but it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, and that's good for us because it was like 3:30 at one point. So yeah, it's pitch black, but it's not that late. It's just England, especially the northeast. I just feel like they just turn the lights out. They just like anything past Manchester. They just like they don't need electricity. They're not trying to make a YouTube video. Anyway, right, the logo I've chosen is this bad boy, the Space Force logo. And from what I understand, this is quite new. Full disclosure, I have done exactly 3, let's just call it 4 minutes of research on this logo. I don't really know the rationale. All I know is this is a new logo and it got a lot of heat. So I just thought it's still quite, in my opinion, like a 2000s logo. So I feel like we could take it into 2021, or at least into 2010. So yes, we're going to take this into Illustrator. I don't intend to spend very long on it, just kind of do my approach to it. And if you like this video, give it a like, and I will do more in the future. So we've got the laptop plugged into the big screen, so we've got the big screen monitor to look at. So yes, perfect. Don't have to just look at the laptop. Better design, obviously. Now usually I would take like I would look about at their competitors, see what's working for them, see what's not working for them. But I feel like Space Force is like Space Force. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sorry, Max June. So I'm not going to kind of like look for anything for inspiration. I'm just going to try and do my interpretation of this and make it a tiny little bit better. It's probably going to end up worse, but let's go for it. Right, let's go. So let's break down the elements. What do we have? We got the arrow, we got the globe, we got this cool thing going around, we've got some stars, we've got some typography, and we've got the circle. That's how I like to do it. I like to break down the elements of it, and then, especially if you're doing like a rebrand or a logo redesign, and then decide what you're going to keep, what you're going to drop, how things can fit the composition, things like this, you know, my 3 pointers. So first things first, I'm sorry, I hate myself. I'm gonna knock down the opacity on this and centralize it. I am then going to redraw this because I feel like this is a key element. I'm sorry, I'm probably going to cut bits of this out because for long times it's just me pretending I know what I'm doing, but I don't even know how to use Illustrator. And I'm like 10 years deep into this design career thing. So my approach is going to be simplistic because I feel like they're trying to fit too much on one thing. Pretty much like the Paris one that I redid, where I felt like they were trying to fit too much on one thing, which is quite common when there's probably a lot of eyeballs on something, because you've just got to make so many different people happy that it just ends up being like a meh. It's like when you're on like your 12th round of amends on a logo, and it's went from like your beautiful logo to just get the hell off my computer and pay me. Pay my invoice. Anyway. Right, so we got these. Got the star. I feel like that star could be simpler, if I'm honest. I might do one of these stars. Might not look great. I know someone's going to be like, oh my god, the star is like the key element. So I actually might keep it. I'm gonna keep it, okay? Because I can hear the comment section now. All 3 people who comment, I can hear you. So if it's symmetrical, I am just going to do one side and then flip it because I'm lazy. Flip it up, flick it in. Let me begin. Right, okay. That does not look great. Just gotta roll with it. And if anything I do doesn't seem to make sense, it's probably because it doesn't. I feel like no one uses Illustrator the way I use it, or any other Apple product. I just feel like I have my own little way. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. Right, I'm gonna fill these back out because I think now I've pulled that, I might be able to just work from this. And like I said, I usually wouldn't do this without having some kind of reference. I'm kind of just freeballing it. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Right, what I'm going to do is... Okay. Maybe not. That's kind of how I envisioned it. We've got stars, we got other stars. I did actually count, this is how cool my life is. I did count how many stars were on this one and how many stars were on the original one, and there was way more stars on the original one, so the star count doesn't really matter. I think it's just kind of there for artistic effect. So I'm just going to remove them when I feel like it and add them in when I feel like it, because I don't think we need them. So probably the hardest thing for me is going to be typing out this type. Circle smaller. Make the font bigger. maybe take down this space in a little. Bring this round. And it looks terrible. Okay, it's starting to look. Okay. Right. So United States Space Force. Not bad at all. Right. Can we fit this in small? Let's go cheese. I don't know whether it'll work. Do you know what it is? Because, okay, so what I'm thinking is, because of these bottom lines here, I might be able to anchor text to this if I bring this text round like this, so then that fills up that space. And then if I could probably fit this underneath here like this, centralize this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how it's anchored a little bit to something, it's not just floating. But that clear hierarchy is to the United States Space Force. And then the secondary typography is the Department of Air Force. We've also got these numbers here, which is like numericals. I believe that's the correct terminology. Turn them. Oh, let's put them out. Maybe to like 1,000. That might be too much. I don't think they should be the same size. Yeah, bring them down a little bit. Have that there. Maybe knock that up a point size. Maybe. Too far. Nope, that fits fine. Okay, so we've got the bones of it. The bones of what I was thinking, because I wanted to just do like this, but I want to incorporate this. However, right, so if I did this is the only thing, that typography doesn't really work the way I had it in my head. Doesn't exactly work. Maybe we won't do it as like a badge. Maybe it's like more of a floating logo than this, like how it's contained. Maybe it's more like this, where it's just kind of floating. So can I bring this down to here, and then maybe have one up here? Don't think that looks too bad. I think there's too much neg space. Unless maybe I could fill it with the grid and net that forms like the globe. I mean, I know like neg space is nice, but I just feel like from there to there's a huge leap, and I want to make this semi-realistic to like what the could do. So if this can sit behind that. I don't know, to get some, probably get some gradients on the go. Like that. Compound path. Oh, hello. Compound path, and we'll go from this, but we'll probably add a bit more energy into it. So like this, yeah. To possibly this. No. Do it like. Or do we do it the other way around, where it's dark and then it comes out to being bright? Probably make more sense, wouldn't it? And then it's kind of as if it's like gives that like depth. And then if this would be, I'll tell you what, let's get some. This is so disorganized, guys, but this is how it is, you know. Like when you're trying to be creative on the spot, it kind of just you just take like There's no beautiful set routine to it. It's kind of like, oh, this might work, oh, this might work, or this doesn't work, and then you just kind of find it along the way a lot of the times. And I appreciate that this might be a bit longer video, bit of a longer video, so I'll try and chop it up as much as possible, but I appreciate people sticking and watching it. I'm just gonna try and get this into some position here. That's kind of cool, I don't know. Like a 90 like that. And then do the same. This. What was it? A 90, should I do it? No. Okay. Yep. Right. Okay, we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. So this typography could be this color, obviously with it being the primary type. This being the secondary type, we could knock it down a bit, and then I'm not too sure about this. I suppose it wouldn't do any harm to put it into that. See how now you've added a bit of color. Like mono's really good to see if a logo works, but then as soon as you think it's kind of like getting somewhere, it's always nice to add a bit of color, because then it just takes it from like 30% to 70%, or whatever. Percentages. What else could we add in here? I don't want to take too much away from it, unless do I add a band? To like, do you know what I'm trying to do? Like try and just contain it, but this typography, I just can't see where I could take that off, okay. And then if I cut this off here, so it lines up with the bottom, like that. And then do the same with this, cut that out. It might just contain it a little bit better. Although I don't want that type to seem lost and floating. Do you know what it is? That's not, I mean, it's not great, but I think, I don't know actually. I don't know. Unless do I put it so it's got pointed edges so it looks like it starts and finishes. There we go. It's starting to look a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit there. What else can we add? I want to bring more of these elements in, if possible. Am I totally... Okay, so my camera, I looked up my camera and it said film and stop. So I don't know how much of that was missed. So if you're looking at the design now and it's changed, I'm sorry. The camera cut out here. Right, anyway, so what I've done is I've got this netting now, which is like the globe, because I do want to bring in these elements to the design to keep it as on. I don't want to pull it away completely, you know. So like that's what I was thinking, like something like this, you know, just to. I don't want to be. I want to make it minimalistic, but I don't want to disrespect it. I want to pull as much through as I can, because it might look cool, being like just super minimal, but you've got to remember the target audience. How many people are going to see this logo? Like, not this logo, like 3 people are going to see this logo, but if this was an actual rebrand, millions of people of different generations are going to see it, and you need them to know straight away like that, like what it is, without being too obvious. That's kind of our thing as a designer, isn't it? Like that is what we have to do. Like we have to make things look great and clever without being obvious. So yeah, that's kind of like just what my thinking is with this one. just go like this. And I feel like this is like kind of getting somewhere now. Like I really feel like even the colors and stuff just kind of look okay. To say it was just kind of like off the beat as well. I'll tell you what I would like to do, right? Okay, I know this might not work, but I'd like to try it. I want to take the edge off of this, so delete this away and then delete this away. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't actually mind that outside, and I might go back to it, like having this around here. However, let's just see if, just wanted to check if we're still recording. Biggest worry. Like, maybe not like that, it's too... Okay, so what I need to do now is make it so the gradient goes the other way, I believe. So then it fades out to it. So then it won't be as noticeable. Kind of like that. It's so hard because I want to just be like, yeah, that's it, but it's not. But yeah, I think I might. So what I think I might do, guys, I might just tidy this up a little bit because this might take a little bit of time, but this is kind of where I'm at with it. And I don't think it's too bad for a rebrand. Just kind of off the cuff, but yeah, I think I'll tidy this up now, and then I'll show you it a bit more like mocked up and stuff when I spend a little bit of time like picking background images to overlay them as if you were like presenting it to a client. But yeah, I'll pull this together now, guys. You might see a few little tweaks where I've just polished it a little bit, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, drop us a like and subscribe, and I will do more. I will do any logo. Nothing's off limits. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.